What is going on, people? Before we start this lovely podcast, wait, we sound really good right now. Did you change something on the tunes?
Just crisp, baby.
It just sounds really cool. Oh, you know what it is?
What?
I think I just finished a cup of Chimera coffee, and it's got me feeling a little silky smooth. So it isn't the audio.
No, man, it's probably just the nootropics in the coffee that are firing
all
your
cylinders,
brain
man.
cylinders.
No, I feel like it, man. It feels really good right now.
You're in
man.
high definition, brother.
Man, if I can we share this Chimera coffee with the world?
Yes, all they have to do is go to chimeracoffee.com, type in the coupon code, show the art.
Show the art.
Yeah, and you save 10%. It's pretty good. It's great money.
Pretty good? It's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah. So check it out, guys, and save some money on some great coffee. Our next sponsor is
Speaking
Inverted
of
Gear.
saving some money, let's get some gear, baby.
Go to invertedgear.com, type in the coupon code, showtheart15, save 15% off.
Get yourself some new threads. I know everyone's cutting right now because summer's coming up, spring's coming up, so everyone's trying to shred.
Yeah.
So get yourself a new gi, man. Look good, feel good.
That's right. So you can perform good. Show the Art 15, save 15% off any and all of their gear.
You're welcome.
Boom. Our last sponsor and one of our newest ones.
Dopeness.
M85
the
Designs.
Freshness.
Yeah. He makes our M85. He's a guy. He started a company. He's a designer.
Really good designer,
yeah,
man.
He's making our podcast logos and graphics and stuff like that. So, guys, check him out. He makes rash guards. He'll design you a rash guard, a T-shirt, a hoodie. He'll smack you in the face for a couple $, if you want to.
If you want to go check out his work, where would you go?
Go to m85.com.
Okay.
Spell it all out. It's not numbers. m85.com. Check it out.
Are
3,
we good?
2, 1.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? You're listening to the Show the Art podcast. We're your host. My name is Ames. Alongside with me is my brother from another mother.
Ooh.
Abe.
Yo, man, that was a great intro.
You like that, right?
I don't know what it is, but everything sounds so clear today.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey,
everything sounds crispy.
Well, what I did today is I made sure there was no wires crossed.
It sounds really good, man.
What people don't realize is this is like a backpack operation.
Okay. Like someone has you from the back, like seatbelt.
No. Like
okay.
As if like we were on the road. Every time we do a podcast, I unravel all the equipment. I put that stuff together.
He does.
I dot the I's, cross the T's.
He does.
Uncross the wires, plug them in. You know, I take it out of Ames. You know,
he unplugs
hands,
me.
You know, and I make sure this guy doesn't touch anything because he's like computer illiterate. And
I would have plugged it up his ass.
Yahtzee, wacko. And so every time I gotta, when you set these things up, when you're dealing with wires, you gotta make sure wires are perfectly straight and pulled away from each other. I guess we
do, because right now we better get straight all the time.
Yeah.
No more of that funky unstraight stuff.
I mean, it took us 100 episodes.
Yeah. This is 101. Is this 101?
This is 101.
101, baby. Hey, when are you leaving, man? You're leaving.
I'm leaving a week from today or something. I'm leaving next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday for how long?
For a week and a half.
Yeah, we gotta pump as many episodes. We're gonna pump it.
Yeah,
we're gonna pump it like there's no tomorrow.
Pump it,
freaking Exxon.
Pump it up. Remember that song?
Yeah, I'm surprised you out of all the songs with pumping. Like not
instead of like pump it up. That's a
Joe
whack
Biden
song, man. Yeah. That song,
Jersey City
Joe
stand up. Yeah, it did. No, you know what killed it? When they put it on that movie, that dancing movie. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about. It's ringing.
Yeah.
It's probably a corny movie too.
Step Up? No, that's not it.
No, the one with Chris.
Yeah, Omarion
with Chris Brown.
Damn
Drumline? You're talking about Drumline?
No, man. Omarion. Let me type in Omarion.
Ames is a Drumline
dancing movie.
No, it was with Nick Cannon.
That was Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
You Got Served.
You Got Served.
The one with Little Kim.
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrible. She must be one of the worst actors. I actually watched that, unfortunately.
I think we all did.
I think we all did.
Reeled into that.
I love how tough guys act like they didn't watch some movies when they did.
Yeah,
this would be one of them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know what me and Marcos were just talking about yesterday, because he just watched, what was
The
it?
Notebook?
No, it was one of those gangster
La La
movies
Land.
with, I think it was it called
Scarface?
Public Enemy or something like that? There's one gangster movie he was
Okay.
watching. Like, you know how Belly and
Yeah, one of those.
What are some of the other ones?
Like
Like Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones with like rappers in it.
Okay.
What are some of them?
So really bad ones. I haven't.
But they're all really terrible.
Yeah. Belly's. Everyone talked about Belly. It took me a while to watch it. Juice. There you go. It took me a while to watch it. It was like when I watched Belly, I'm like, this is really bad.
Yeah.
Like
I got
really
duped.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in high school, so it's big. Like Nas is on, DMX is on, or not even high school, maybe even younger. But
I was definitely younger.
it was really bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch like 5 minutes because the acting was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were talking about those like gangster movies.
Yeah.
You ever seen Black Dynamite?
Nah. Wait, I think that's the one Marcos told me to
It's
watch.
like a black exploitation
Yeah.
film, but like a comedy. Like they're making fun of those movies
I
with
heard.
Michael Jai White.
Like a Shaft type of movie that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you told me to watch
Yeah.
that. I think you told me to watch
Really funny movie. You don't have to be into any of those like those type of movies
Yeah.
to like this one. It's really
Okay.
fun. Just be into a comedy.
that. Oh, is it a cartoon?
No.
Oh, there's a black.
Yeah, I think they made a Black Dynamite cartoon.
Yeah, there is
But
one.
because there's a movie,
I
Michael
see.
Jai White, pretty funny.
I see.
He plays Black Dynamite, who's like a, I don't even know.
Like a Shaft type of.
Exactly. Like
character.
you don't know. Was he in the military? He was an ex-military?
I got you.
And like he breaks all the rules. He breaks all the ladies. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Break them off.
Break them
Hey,
all.
break them off, man.
You know, good movie.
Good
Funny.
movie.
Yeah.
You know what's even funnier?
What?
How do we get into this?
I don't know.
How did we
life.
get like 5 minutes into Black Dynamite?
Life.
Yeah,
Life
that's what happened. Speaking of life, man. What's good in the MMA world? Speaking of life, I don't know how I transitioned from life to
It was pretty good.
MMA world. But whatever.
So let's talk about last weekend.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
we didn't
man.
talk about it.
Fill me in, man. Actually, we talked about it. You want to go over the results of like the main card?
Okay, main card. First of all, this has to be talked about first.
Okay, break it down.
Behind all the controversy,
Mm-hmm.
Dustin Poirier versus Jim.
Oh, that's the one I gotta watch. That's one I haven't got the chance to watch yet.
You know how you watch a fight highlight,
Yeah.
like the Anderson Silva versus Derek Brunson. They put all the best like moments of the match in the highlight.
Mm-hmm.
The whole fight was like that.
That's crazy.
Back and forth and back, up and down,
match
left
of the,
and right.
Match of the year so far.
So far,
Hands down.
probably.
I gotta watch
Maybe.
it. I gotta watch it.
You know, at a certain level, they're all the same. You know, when we're talking about matches of the year,
Yeah.
at a certain level. But this one was really good
Okay.
because these guys weren't sloppy.
Okay.
They were slugging it out at times because they were trying to finish each other. I like it when two guys are trying slug it out because they're trying to finish each other. One guy senses something and he tries to knock that guy out, finish him. But the other guy says, "Okay, my only way out is to throw bombs," so he backs up. I can't just cover up.
Yeah.
And then you see this intense slugfest. But then they separate and they go back to like skillful technique and strategy.
Dope.
And, you know, Dustin Poirier, he did very good. Jim Miller, top-notch competitor.
Mhm.
He's always going to be relevant for a reason because he's extremely good. Dustin Poirier needed this win, though.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
he just came off.
a knockout loss to Michael
Johnson?
I was
Yeah.
thinking Michael Jai White. That would be pretty cool if it was.
That would have been cool.
So he needed this, and he delivered, man. But Jim Miller, man, tough cookie.
Yeah.
He smashed up Dustin Poirier's leg.
And that's why he's still in the UFC.
Yes.
Because he still puts on good fights.
Yes. And
yeah.
Dustin Poirier could barely fight in the third round.
Oh, is
The-
that bad?
Second half of the third round, he had to wrestle because his leg was just torn
Wow.
to shreds. Yeah. But the hard on him to be able to still pull off a win.
Yeah, and fight through.
Yeah.
Good for
and he
him,
has probably the best hair in the biz.
I
at
just-
least in the featherweight division.
You know what's really funny? I just clicked on it, right, to look at thing. I'm like, wait, is that Dustin Poirier? Because I'm used to him
Yeah.
with a shaved head. I'm like, who's this handsome young fella? Damn, man.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I hate when
When
you're
that
skillful,
you're a guy.
UFC, you got good hair. This is coming from a bald guy, so shout out to everyone that's bald out there doing their thing.
Damn, Dustin
you and your
Poirier and your perfectly
luscious
coiffed hair.
locks.
Yeah.
Stop it. Cut it. Or I'll cut it, and then you'll beat my ass.
Yeah. But Dustin Poirier's game, I like what he was saying. Like, he said the Michael Johnson fight, he learned a valuable lesson because him and Michael Johnson, they got heated with each other.
Yeah.
You know, they built the fight up, and then they just wanted to tear each other up.
Yeah.
But Michael Johnson fought a Michael Johnson fight. Dustin Poirier fought, I want to knock this guy's block off.
Okay.
And being a little extra aggressive when you aren't normally like that can get you knocked out. Can get you taken down.
And it did.
Yeah, so that's what he said. And this time,
hey, good for him, man.
But it's funny because at moments I'm like, dude, relax. You just got knocked out because of this very reason.
Yeah.
But, it turned out to his favor. He's a professional fighter, not moi.
Yeah. That's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, so
hey, good for him, man.
Good for him.
Moving on, let's move on to the next fight. All I say, which is really crazy, Glover Teixeira wins by decision over Jared Cannonier. All I see is control, 14 minutes and 26 seconds to 17 seconds.
Yeah. Basically, he didn't want any part. I mean, it's a good strategy by Glover. Glover just got knocked out.
Was there a lot of booing?
Kinda, but, when Glover smiles, you're like, this guy's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, what's his name?
Cannonier.
Yeah, what's his first name?
Jared.
He went to Jared. Jared, he's he's shorter, and he's very stocky.
He looks stocky.
Dude, when you see him throw a punch,
you would want to take him
down.
down. Yeah.
And his glaring weakness is the ground. So, Glover.
This is MMA. This isn't kick, but isn't glory.
Yeah, and Glover used to wrestle back in the day.
Yeah, good for him.
So he exploited the ground game, and they had a few moments of exchanges. As you see, there was 17 seconds of
where control.
Yeah,
by Jared.
Means.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Speaking of control, Jacare Souza wins.
Oh my gosh.
Via Kimura over Tim Boetsch. Poor Tim Boetsch, he got caught via Kimura 3 times in his
really?
career. Yeah.
Is that a fact?
It's fact. That's a fact.
Poor
I think 3 different variations, but I know for a fact 3 Kimuras.
Who were the guys? Can you reel them off?
No, I can't. Still. I just know it's Souza caught him.
Oh, man. I mean, so the fight went like this, if you guys didn't watch it. Fight starts standing, of course. Duh. Well, no, it started on the ground. Let me guess, they started on the knees. No, Tim Boetsch came from the rafters. And the fight started like that.
Then he came down like Sting, like WCW, with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then Souza caught the baseball bat, hit his knee, then caught him in a Kimura.
And then when the ref was looking, so it was legal. Okay, so the fight starts standing. And they start exchanging. Jacare looks confident on this. When he's standing up, his striking looks pretty crisp. But when Tim Boetsch hits you with that bolo, you start to rethink striking. So what I think the strategy was for Jacare was feel him out.
Okay.
Try to hit him. Try to feel a stand-up game. But mainly make him forget that you want to grapple him. Make him think that you're willing to stand up with him. And then take him down, when he's not expecting it.
Which he did.
But it came after Boetsch landed a bomb, and Jacare was like, okay, okay, enough of that. And as soon as he got a hold of those legs, took him down, passed his guard, went right for the Kimura, finished it like a champion. And it was a wrap. Once he got him down, I was at home watching with Sarah and like 2 friends, Miguel and Rosa that train here, and we were just all wondering, all right. Like, we were almost taking bets. Is he going to... It's done, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's done? It's done. He got him down. It's done, right? Boetsch is not getting out. Jacare is one of the best jiu-jitsu champions of all time. Forget about in MMA.
Yeah.
In jiu-jitsu.
That's crazy. That's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
He's kind of a big deal.
So now the debate is, whose jiu-jitsu is better in MMA? Is it Damian Myers or Jacare Souza?
That's a great question.
I say Jacare.
Why is that?
First of all, their record outside of MMA, their jiu-jitsu only record, Jacare is... a step ahead of Damian Maia in accolades.
Okay.
And the people he's beaten. And the way people look at him. Not many people look at, even today, if you ask jiu-jitsu guys, all right, who's one of the best guys in jiu-jitsu? And you put up names, some people might not even know Damian Maia's competition career.
Yeah.
But they'll know, oh, man, Jacare fought Roger Gracie with a broken arm. Jacare beat this guy. Jacare beat that guy. He was a legend.
I get you.
But... Jacare's been doing this his whole career in MMA, submitting guys. Damian Maia went a time where he was not doing that. The Anderson Silva days. Yeah. And then he came back to it. But even now, like, Damian Maia's controlling guys and then finishing them. Jacare is finishing them. He's getting right to the point. But circumstances are different. Damian Maia is fighting different guys.
Yeah.
You know, Jacare might be getting guys that suck on the ground worse than guys that Damian Maia is fighting. So
how did Souza beat Vitor?
Man, that's sad. The fight was sad.
I just
the old bull versus the young bull.
Yeah. Who?
He took him down, and then he just like sunned him, man.
Oh yeah,
he just
did.
got to mount, and he was just like throwing punches, and then he's kind of like, "You're a legend, guys. Like I look up to this guy. Please stop the fight. Please stop the fight."
Okay, that's how I was like trying to figure out if he submitted him or.
It was pretty. Not sad because like I don't want to say it's sad to see Vitor on the ground to denounce his jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
It's just his jiu-jitsu and MMA compared to Jacare's is
different.
Like it's way different.
9 day type
and Jacare is a young stud.
Mm-hmm.
He's in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
Prime of his career.
He's peaking right now.
Chest muscles have reached new heights. And Vitor is, past his prime.
Yeah.
And just on that side of his career.
Yeah. What's cool is seeing these guys, these jiu-jiteros, practitioners kind of evolve with the MMA game. Because you thought, like, just because you have jiu-jitsu, you think, oh, nah, they don't really have much of a chance. But now you have Damian Maia and Souza finishing them off.
Yeah.
A lot of these people, which makes you think, like, oh, shoot, no. It's good. It's like it evolved, like when Hoist came in, started tapping everyone out.
Up, guys.
The game evolved. When he faced Matt Hughes like smashed him, and all of a sudden now it's just where you think like, oh, you need more than that, or whatever. Now you see these jiu-jitsu practitioners coming in, specialists. Exactly, thank you. These specialists coming in, evolving, tweaking their game where it kind of fits, where the point where once they take you down, it's a wrap, man.
Yeah, and guys, go back to Go back and listen to our previous episode with Dean Thomas a couple months ago. It was post the Woodley one of Woodley's fights.
Yeah,
and because he trains with Woodley, and we were talking about that very thing. Dean Thomas is rooted in jiu-jitsu. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a black belt. Mm-hmm. He's very experienced, and he talks about jiu-jitsu. He likes it.
Yeah, so
he knows about jiu-jitsu. And one of the issues we talked about when we brought up a guy like Damian Maia was Damian Maia is kind of bringing jiu-jitsu back when people started to not believe in.
I remember that now.
In the core of jiu-jitsu, like Hoist Gracie did, and what Hicks and Gracie did, and when they translated into MMA, what worked. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they fought guys that were weak in jiu-jitsu back in the day, or that didn't even know jiu-jitsu, so they had a gigantic advantage. Now it's harder than ever because everybody trains jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
Privy to it,
So you really need to be a specialist. But one of the points we were throwing up, one of the ideas was, you need a couple guys, specialists, to bring it back.
Yeah.
To say I'm avoiding everything but jiu-jitsu, and I'm going to show you how dominant it could be, to inspire others that are coming up to go that same route. And then the fans could start appreciating jiu-jitsu and stop booing. When Jacare takes somebody down, fans know.
It's a wrap.
Fans start to know now, If Glover takes somebody down, which he did, fans will boo. Yeah. If Jacare takes somebody down, fans cheer. Why?
Yeah, they know the difference.
They know the difference.
They know the difference.
So you need more Jacares, more Damian Maias.
Which is really cool. They're putting jiu-jitsu on their back and saying, no, it's not gone. Mm-hmm. We never left.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, what will that do? Will that change the current guys? No. Mm-mm. But the new guys, the upcoming guys, all the guys that are training jiu-jitsu now that's going to take them to MMA.
Yeah.
When they start training MMA, they're going to say, no, Jacare could do it. Mm-hmm. Damian Maia could do it. I could do it. I don't have to become, Anderson Silva. I don't have to become the world's greatest striker. Mm-hmm. I can do it with jiu-jitsu. So those guys will inspire the youth, the up-and-comers to keep jiu-jitsu.
And that's what makes it exciting, like the youth, to see like what's going to bring on like with the next fold of fighters, because the next fold of fighters I think right now is like Yair Rodriguez, like his type, like that evolution of the game, man. Just I guess he's still on my mind just because he beat BJ Penn, and BJ Penn was like the passing of the guard type of feel. You know what I mean? Like BJ Penn,
but even that, it was almost like I didn't feel like when Yair, and I hate to change the subject, but I didn't feel like that was a passing of the guard from BJ to Yair. Mm-hmm. It was almost like Yair beat a visitor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Because BJ was retired for 3 years, for almost 4 years. And
That's
he
true.
came back older age, and even before he retired, he was past his prime.
Yeah.
And it was almost like, yeah, you're being a visitor.
Yeah.
You know, I felt that's how I felt. Like I don't even feel
It
like
hurts
he
to
beat
agree
BJ.
with you right now. I'm just like, yeah.
But
you're
that's
right.
what I'm saying. I don't even put it against BJ.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't even beat BJ. He just beat a guy, a visitor. A guy came in and is gone.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
That would have been the same thing if Mark Hunt beat Brock Lesnar. You know, it's just like, all right, Brock Lesnar's been away for so long. He came back. Mark Hunt beat that visitor.
It's you know what sucks, speaking of Mark Hunt, it's he just facing juiced up boys. Well, former Overeem, he got Overeem next. I was looking at the next one, man. That'll be fun.
Thing.
That'll be a fun fight, man. I'm praying Hunt wins, man.
Yeah.
I really like Mark Hunt.
I love Mark Hunt. I love Alistair Overeem. There's a time when I was like watching his
a reamer. You're a reamer.
I was all about the ream.
I was reamer. I was a reamer.
I was reamed out.
He got reamed, man.
But you know, I was a big fan of Overeem. I still am, you know.
Yeah.
But this is when he was Ubering.
Ah, okay.
You know, he was on the cover of magazines with alligators.
He should be.
Yeah.
Like
he was on the cover.
Adonis.
I forget what magazine he was on the cover. It might have been UFC magazine.
You stud of a man.
There was an alligator and a half-naked woman on the cover with him.
Oh, that's great.
That's a man.
He is a man.
That's a man.
Yeah.
So
did he have that gator in a headlock?
I think he had it by like a chain leash. Or maybe the woman had a chain leash.
So kind of like The Walking Dead, with that guy who has like a tiger on a leash type of feel. On that note, guys, let's get to the Silva and Brunson fight.
Let's listen.
So, Abe gave me a heads up. I saw him on Sunday. We trained on Sunday morning. Right, we trained on Sunday morning. I didn't get to watch the fight, so he filled me in. I don't think it's a shock to say that Abe is a huge Anderson Silva fan.
Secret.
There's no secret. There's no secret. Okay, we didn't just open like a new case. Kind of thing. So
this is like one of the oldest known facts in the universe.
Yeah. So he's filming. He goes, Anderson Silva won. There's controversy, but I thought he won. So when he says that to me, all I hear is, I love Anderson Silva, and he wins no matter what. So it's no controversy. He is a man. He is the GOAT. He is the legend. So then I rewatched the fight, think, okay, maybe Brunson won or whatever, but just so I could have an argument with Abe on this day that we talked about it. But I actually thought Silva won too. I thought he controlled a little bit more. The only time Brunson really caught him is when when Anderson Silva had him in that clinch. That was the only time. And I think he caught him with a few shots. He was the one moving Brunson around at his will.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He was controlling. This is one of the fights where you look at cage, like octagon control, when they say that term.
Yeah.
And it kind of
this is a perfect example.
It shows what it really means.
Yeah.
You know, like, because Brunson looked pretty hesitant.
He too looked timid, man.
Yeah.
I think that's why we could say he controlled it, because Brunson was kind of timid to throw anything, because Anderson could probably just take you out with one quick shot, and he was trying to get that front kick real good, man.
Yeah.
It was scary when he would throw him, like, oh, Brunson's going down, and I already knew the what happened, but just like it's that scary, that threatening of a move. So yeah, man.
So why do you think people are like thinking it's a big controversy?
I don't know.
It was a close fight.
Yeah, it was a
right?
close fight.
It's not like Anderson decisively won.
Yeah. If I could give Brunson one round, I didn't give him one. I actually gave him that third round. So I had it 29-28.
Okay.
I scored it 29-28. I would love to hear what everyone else was. What was the argument for Brunson?
I don't know, man. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh. And here's the thing. When I was listening to interviews of guys talking about it, too, they're like, well, you know, Anderson, didn't pull the trigger. Anderson didn't look like the Anderson of old. And it's like, yeah, you're right. But what about the fight? What happened? And like you said, the only time Brunson, and I like Brunson, he's a good fighter, but the only time Brunson landed really good shots was defensively when Anderson clinched him. And you could tell Anderson could have just let go. When he was getting hit by those bombs.
Man, he still has a chin. He still has a chin.
And he was rolling with those punches.
He was eating those punches.
Yeah. Now, should he have just let go?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But maybe, well, it's not maybe. It was obvious that Anderson was planning. He was plotting a technique. He was waiting for the timing. Just Brunson wouldn't stop punching.
Yeah.
And then once he did, I'm pretty sure Anderson landed it through a knee or an elbow or something. So He was waiting for the timing. He could have easily just let go and those shots wouldn't have landed.
Yeah. I
It's
think
one of those
that's
weird
one of those
situations.
things, too, where it felt like Anderson was controlled. Not in control when he was getting punched, of course, but he didn't let go, making me think like, oh, okay, he's more like pity pads. Even though I understand it's Brunson landing those bombs on him. But
Yes.
Anderson was just like, okay,
him.
I'll eat it. If you're getting hurt, man, you would absolutely just let go of that clinch, push away, kind of throw an elbow real quick. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
it's just like I thought Anderson Silva won.
Yeah.
And this is me just trying. I was trying to be on the opposite side. I was trying to think maybe Brunson won this fight, and then you were just, you know what I mean? So yeah.
And honestly, man, my honest opinion, when I was watching the fight, I was looking at Brunson just as much as Anderson because I didn't want to be biased.
Yeah.
I'm done with being biased against Anderson. I understand that he's past his prime now.
Yeah.
So all I care about is the guy not getting knocked out.
Yeah. I was actually going for Brunson just because I wanted to see like the new guy kind of step in and say like this is my show now. But didn't happen.
Yeah.
Not that night.
Yeah. And I was watching it and I'm kind of waiting for Brunson to win. Like that's what I was anticipating the whole fight.
Yeah.
And I was getting myself ready for being upset.
That blow. Yeah, man.
But it never happened. And sure, Anderson was being a little timid as well, but it looked like he was not pulling the trigger because he was waiting for timing. And he was throwing strikes, whereas Brunson was just kind of timid the whole fight. And then it looked like he was not setting up his takedowns. And look at the poise Anderson had when he stopped
the whole
takedowns.
time.
Every time he stopped the
Lightweight.
takedown.
Yeah, he seemed super calm. He got him down one time, got back up, popped back up.
And
easily.
at the end, the last round, you could tell Anderson was just like, fuck it, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know, when
they both slowed down big time.
Yeah.
They both slowed down.
And Anderson was throwing shots, trying to land shots. Brunson finally goes for a takedown. Anderson's on one knee. You know.
He's like, F it.
I'll just take the guard.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then Brunson, granted, you get points for that takedown, but there's no control after that. Yeah. He didn't try to pass the guard. It looked like he was a little too tired to go for a strike.
Yeah,
Anderson was holding him down too.
Yeah, they're both really tired. Brunson looked tired. But yeah, I gave that one. That was the only round I gave to Brunson.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Silva still has some left in the tank.
Yeah, and
what's next? What's next for both of them? Who are they going to throw at Silva?
Well, Brunson lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Whether he thinks it's controversial or the UFC thinks it's controversial or not.
Yeah.
It's 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And Anderson won.
Did Dana White give him? Was that the one I forgot?
Yeah, Dana White did say, I thought Brunson won it.
Okay.
But again,
not saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
when people watch the fight again, when you have a close fight, which that was, an uneventful close fight. That was an uneventful close fight. Either answer is correct or either answer is wrong. Like, if that doesn't mean Dana White doesn't respect the fact that Anderson won. And if he watches the fight again,
if we all watch it again,
he's like, all right, I get it.
Yeah. Well, one fight I have to watch again is the Holm, the main event, the Holm Durandame matchup. Well, first of all, controversy. They should have taken a point away from her. You filled me on with that one.
Yeah.
Like, and you're trying to be unbiased where you get caught in the moment, the crowd or whatever. You hear the bell. I just want to. I really thought like you clearly hear the bell. She probably definitely heard it.
Well, we hear the bell because the bell is mic'd.
So true.
We hear the bell because the bell
so
is
true. But my only argument with that is just the crowd wasn't
that
loud enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it was deafening.
Maybe though.
Yeah.
Maybe because we weren't there. There's no mic on the crowd.
Yeah, but second time definitely should have got. If you catch a person a second time, man. Well, what's that little line? Fool
First
me once.
Yeah, shame on me.
Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, there we
type
go.
of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just I believe she should have been deducted 1 point.
Yeah.
But
so the argument is too, like when I'm watching it, I was like, oh snap, that was messed up the first time.
Yeah.
Like you could tell, like she wasn't doing it intentional.
Yeah.
But she didn't pull back. You know, it's like.
Yeah.
Also you don't stop till the ref pulls you off.
Yeah.
Plus, they always tell you if the shot is thrown before the bell.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it counts.
Yeah.
Just like in NBA, you shoot the ball before the bell, before
Okay.
the buzzer. So maybe she was banking on that. But that first time it was like maybe it was intentional, maybe it was not. She's not a dirty fighter, but sometimes your nerves get the best of you.
Okay.
But then the second, and the ref has reason to give you a warning the first time. But the second time was a little less intentional, in my opinion, because what transpired right before that was Holly kicking her in the head twice, and then throwing a couple shots, like gaining some momentum, and then Durandame kind of turned it around.
Yeah, she flipped it real fast.
And she tried to finish the fight.
Pang, pang.
And, you could tell that series was emotionally driven.
Mm-hmm.
So she almost got the emotions the best of her. And then she landed a couple shots after the bell.
I know.
But, like, that was almost more unintentional.
I see what you're saying. I kind of agree with that.
But you have a responsibility.
As a ref.
No. As a fighter. Especially if you got caught. If you keep kicking me in the nuts by accident.
Like, Holm, you got a problem.
Like, here's a good example. MMA fight. Boom. The guy throws a kick. The other guy moves into it a weird way because they're standing in a weird stance.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy kicks in the nuts. Completely unintentional.
Yeah.
Then it happens again. Same way.
Yeah.
Dude, now it's your responsibility to stop doing that kick.
Yeah.
Because you do keep kicking him there. Even if he keeps moving into it, it's your responsibility to aim a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
The third time it happens, I'm sorry, it was very unintentional. I got to take away that point.
I agree.
Because it keeps happening. You have a responsibility now after doing it, after committing this foul, whether it's intentional or not, to like keep that in mind, keep that in the back of your head.
I agree.
Just like if you put an arm bar on somebody, you're training jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
When you throw that sub on somebody, what are some things that are going through your mind that you're waiting for?
I'm waiting for to hear. My senses are actually heightened, I feel. You know what I mean? Because I'm waiting for any kind of like tap or hear tap. Whether their hands are tied up or anything like that. I'm waiting for something.
You're trying to finish this armbar.
Yeah.
You're doing all those techniques to finish it. But your mind is waiting for the tap.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we don't want to hurt each other.
Exactly.
That's part of the game. That's how I win. I'm waiting for the tap.
Yeah.
So it's your responsibility to keep those things in mind. In an MMA fight, you know that it's 5 minutes. You know that the round ends. Mm-hmm. So, of course, you don't want to have to worry about when the round's going to end. But you have to keep it in the back of your head.
True.
Especially if you just got caught. If you just got warned for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
who did you have winning the fight?
Honestly, man, when the fight transpired, I knew that they didn't take away a point. I still kind of thought Holly won.
Okay.
That was my intention. That was my first. Then when I saw that Jermaine won, I was kind of like thinking back, like what happened. I could see how they gave it to Jermaine because Holly, man, I like her, but she throws a lot of strikes that she doesn't even try to land.
Yeah, it was more like a setup. That setup,
a lot of setups. She does this a lot. She'll stand at a far distance. Mm-hmm. She'll close this by throwing like a 2-piece or 3-piece combo just to land a kick to the leg.
Okay.
How effective is that?
Yeah.
Come on, Holly. You got to start planting your feet, and you got to start throwing or it has to at least look like they're fight-ending strikes. It doesn't have to be every shot, but there has to be something in there that makes me feel like you're trying to finish this fight. You're trying to plant your feet.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of that from Holly. And then there was a lot of her trying to take Jermaine down against the fence very unsuccessfully.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you score that? All right, Holly pushes Jermaine
against the fence. When she was doing it, too,
it
looked like it was so telegraphed when she would go for takedowns. The setup, there was no real setup. You could see, like, she was just waiting for it. And, man, when Jermaine would catch her with those counters, when she started catching it, oh, my gosh, man.
Yeah. And then at the end of the fight,
night.
the strike count comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Holy snap.
Yeah.
Jermaine outstruck to the head.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
So Holly missed a lot.
She threw a lot.
And Jermaine landed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Holly did land more kicks.
Okay.
But they weren't to the body.
Yeah.
And Jermaine landed far more strikes. I think it was like 50 to 90 head strikes. That's a lot.
Yeah, this is one of those cards. Well, the last two fights where I'd have to watch again just to see, like, see if my one great thing is that the website, whatever I streamed it from, whatever to rewatch it, there was no commentary for the Anderson Silva Bronson fight, so I had nothing just to listen to. So it's just me just watching the fight, and that's why I was like, okay, I think Anderson won. I didn't hear anything.
You know, the commentary does sway you.
It does, man. It does, absolutely. And sometimes the commentary is wrong. Joe Rogan is a genius, all that stuff, but sometimes he could be wrong.
Sometimes he's wrong.
Yeah,
sometimes
human.
Sometimes he or the other guy sees something from their angle that looks like it lands, or you just get excited about one fighter.
Yeah. Especially if you love those guys. Like, usually everyone loves Joe Rogan, so they like whatever he says is like gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like the word.
But even if Brian Stan says something or Daniel Cormier says something, sometimes they just don't see the whole picture from where they're sitting. We have a much better view from the TV screen.
From multiple angles as well. We have so that was good. I really want to watch the Holm that main event again, just to see if my mind would change or if I miss something, or if I was watching a lot of Holly Holm when she was doing those like 1-2 kick, 1-2 bop, bop, bop. And those telegraph takedowns. But yeah, man,
I like her, but she misses shots, man. You gotta start.
So what's next for her? Because is that 3? That's 3 in a row.
That's a tray piece.
Yeah, but it's
no, you don't kick her out. A,
you can't
women's division is short. B, she's a former champ.
And 3, a lot of people thought she won. So there's no way.
No,
it sucks.
What I think they're gonna do is they're looking at the title picture.
Okay.
All right. There's nobody in the featherweight division.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, they can easily start adding fighters, right?
Why do they add that?
Because of Cyborg. Cyborg is the money fight in women's, especially since Ronda is kind of out, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what she's gonna do next. You have to assume that she's not fighting anymore because she didn't say she is.
You got to just counter out. You're done.
You just got to counter out until she says she's coming back. So Cyborg is the money fight.
You got you.
So they started at Division 4 her, but then she, things happened and then she got suspended. But what they say is it's looking very promising for her to return a lot sooner than.
Oh, good.
So if Cyborg could return within the next couple of months, within the next 4 months, they're gonna book Jermaine versus Cyborg.
Nice.
If Cyborg is going to take longer than that because of whatever, I think they'll do a rematch.
Yeah.
That's only fair.
Yeah, that would be fair, especially with the controversy all that coming up.
Yeah. And you have no other fights. Who else are you going to pit Ali and Jermaine against?
I don't even know. I would have to look.
You're not going to sell any tickets doing that. You will sell tickets doing a rematch.
You would.
Just like you will sell tickets doing the rematch of Wonderboy Thompson versus the champ.
It's so good that we're totally skipping up this upcoming card with Travis Brown and Derek Lewis, number 8 and number 9 on the heavyweight. We're okay. Derek Lewis, I'm going to say he wins via TKO.
Versus Hulk smash?
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting fight. If Travis Brown comes correct, he's going to win that fight. If he comes looking like the way he's been looking, Derek Lewis is the Black Beast. Is gonna throw some bolos.
Bolos, man.
For
sholos. But man, this is it 2 weeks from now.
But hold on, real quick. Johnny Hendricks versus Hector Lombard is on that card.
I think Hector Lombard's gonna eat him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think he's gone.
That's a great fight, though.
Yeah,
that's a great fight.
It doesn't excite me as much as it did before, just because Johnny Hendricks
he fell off.
Yeah, he fell off.
He fell off the shelf.
Yeah,
but if Johnny Hendricks wins this fight decisively, does that reinvigorate his career? Does that rejuvenate his career?
Definitely. That should. It reinvigorate me just because he's coming off on so many, not just losses inside the octagon, but the missing weight cuts. He just doesn't look enthused type of thing. It just seems like I never want to say someone's coming in for the paycheck, but it just seems like right now it's just whatever, going through the motions. I hope I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I hope I'm dead wrong, and I hope you freaking.
And hey, man, just like Holly, you have good fights, but you're just fighting the best in the world.
Yeah, man.
And things don't go your way. Anderson too. Before he won this fight, he hasn't won in a while.
Yeah.
And things just kept not going his way for some weird reason.
Yeah.
So
really weird reason.
Yeah. So eventually things get back. All you need is that one win. All Johnny Hendricks needs to do is knock out a very popular or very formidable Hector Lombard to say, wow, I still got it, and gain that confidence in himself.
I hope. I'm pulling for him, whatever, just because I don't want to see fighters in slums, because that's their career, man. I don't want to see them get cut just because they have a family and all that stuff. There's more than just the UFC and entertaining us. You know
now, guys, keep that in mind, and maybe this can give your life some direction.
Ooh.
At your job, think the same way.
True.
I can't have 3 bad fights in a row or else I'm cut.
Yeah.
So at my job, whatever I do, if I work at Target or a martial arts school or a hedge fund or anything, I can't have 3 bad days in a row. It's bad enough to have 1 bad day. That's a loss. That's an L. I can't have 2 L's in a row.
Yeah.
I damn sure can't have 3.
And if you are catching those L's and whatever it is, you got to kind of self-assess yourself, man. Like, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? Is there something missing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Am I losing, not my passion, but it's just like, what do I need to do to switch this and turn this boat around? You know what I mean? Like, we all have it. Just like in training as well. It's just like, you're just like, not feeling it. Don't go by emotions, man. Never go by emotions.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, things will switch through. You won't get any better by not coming in.
True.
Or not, like, finishing the round in whether you're doing jiu-jitsu, or not finishing the sets whether you're weightlifting. You know what I mean? You don't get any stronger. You don't get any better. Yeah. You don't become a better athlete by just stopping if you're having a bad day.
Yeah, true.
Oof. Knowledge. Damn. We haven't dropped a knowledge bomb in a long time.
I know, man.
Yeah, usually we let our guests drop those knowledge bombs. We're some smart dudes, man.
We got some
stuff.
Bank.
We got some stuff in that bank, man.
In that memory bank.
So you want to jump into this?
Oh yeah. You don't even have to finish that sentence.
Okay, cool. That's just
2 weeks
top
away.
Oh, this is just sexy, man. Yeah. This is sexy.
Thank you. I am.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna be in another country.
Other than you,
I don't know how I'm gonna watch this fight, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, you better put on airplane mode where no one kind of breaks anything for you.
Get the out of my way.
I would kill someone.
We actually have to figure this out. I'm gonna be in Egypt. I think Egypt is 8 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
Let's say it's 10 hours. So if the fight starts at 10 p.m. Saturday night here, 8 hours from then, it's going to be Sunday. Fudge, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be in the air.
Yep.
I'm going to be flying.
Yep.
Crap.
Yep.
Crap-a-doodles.
That sucks.
You know what I'm going to have to do?
In the dick.
You know what? I think I'm going to have... I will. I guess when I come back, I'm just going to have to read no headlines.
No, don't.
And then just immediately watch it.
Don't go on Facebook because guys, who hates it? How bad is it when you're waiting, you record something, you put something on DVR, or you just have something taped, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden you go on Facebook and you read, let's say, we'll use this Woodley Thompson, for example. Yeah. Damn, I can't believe Woodley won. And when you read it, you're just like, and it's your fault. It's your fault because you open up Facebook.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, it's your fault if you open up Bleacher Report. Yeah. You can't get mad.
Why?
Yeah.
Because that's the whole fun of social media, to talk about this stuff with your friends.
In the moment, yeah. You can't get mad. It's just really your fault. So if you are waiting to watch Walking Dead or Game of Thrones or whatever show it is, and then you open up Facebook and you read a spoiler...
Don't do it.
You're the dumbass.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, man.
It's your fault.
I'm the dumbass because I've done it a couple of times.
And then what did you do? You took a self-inventory. We talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we figured it out. Like, you know what? It's our fault.
It's our fault. No, it's our fault. We didn't get to watch it on time.
Oh, what about a one-day grace period? Give me a chance.
Nah. No, homie.
How about
people can't wait. Yeah. People want to talk about it. Yeah. So it makes things fun. Yeah. What are you? We're going to wait for like a day and then talk about the Super Bowl with everybody? Yeah. No, because man. 90%, commercials.
Because 99% of the people saw it and you're the only guy.
Yeah.
That's
go,
what you
go
get.
home. Go home.
Beat it.
Go home and watch it.
Beat a clown.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm that clown. I get mad. I'm not going to lie. When I watch, I'm like, oh, you scumbags. How dare you spoil it for me? I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. I've been waiting for Hodor to die, holding the damn door, and you're going to spoil it for me by getting someone or bringing up, I don't know where I'm going. A went to go blow his nose.
That was a good rant.
That was me trying to hold it down. Obviously, not good at that. But still got to practice.
In conclusion, if you're not seeing it live and you need to see it, you can only see it the next day. Don't go on social media.
Don't go on social media.
Any sort of social media,
man.
Unless you have loser friends that don't watch. What you're watching.
Yeah, speaking of losers, let's get into this UFC 209.
Speaking of losers, get into UFC.
Look at all these jabronis on. Who wants to watch this? Overeem versus Hunt.
Oh, damn,
that's
on that
gonna
card?
Be good. Yeah, that's on that card.
Oh,
Evans versus, who's this guy? Daniel Kelly. As I say that, watch. He's gonna do something where I'm like, oh, this is what I get for saying Daniel Kelly.
DK is a beast.
What's he do? What's his specialty?
Yeah, let's just not talk about that fight. Let's get to the
let's just get to the two headbangers.
Yeah.
the two bangers.
Yeah, the headbangers. Yeah.
Oh man, Khabib versus Tony.
Adios.
Oh my gosh.
Adios. Mijo.
Wow, this came by really fast.
It did. Flew by.
It flew by, man. I swear we were just talking about this like
I feel
a
like
few
they were
months
just
ago.
arguing about
Yeah.
like getting the fight, and then it was booked.
Now they're two. Oh man! And just look at this. I'm looking at a picture of both of them. Look at the size difference between these two. In this, just what it looks like in the picture. Tony looks a little malnourished, if that's a good way to explain it.
Well, Tony has a really thin frame.
Yeah, just
and
tall,
he's muscular.
Lanky.
Yeah.
He's a lanky.
Whereas
dude.
Khabib, it's like I'm not trying to look good for the camera.
Nah, he don't give a damn, man.
But he's in shape. He's muscular. He's dense.
He's dense. Just everything about him looks dense.
Yeah, man.
And that reach, Khabib has a 6-inch reach on him.
Khabib has a reach advantage.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh no, I'm Tony.
Tony,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I was about
Tony
to say,
has.
what the heck?
I say
Yeah.
Khabib, my bad. Yeah, Tony has a 6-inch reach. Nah, well, you know what? Anything can happen.
Anything happen. But Tony does use that reach well.
He does, man.
And you need that reach against a guy
He's
who's
so unique. I can't wait to see how Khabib deals with that. Just the uniqueness of Tony, man.
You know what I can't wait to see? How Khabib deals with the uniqueness of Tony.
You know what else I can't wait for? Khabib taking Tony down and seeing, like, I want to see how Tony will react
That could
to
happen.
the mauling of, like, the
Yeah.
possibility.
Of mauling, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Tony, unlike many others in MMA,
Mm-hmm.
has so many choke setups,
Yeah.
Darce and guillotine setups that are encouraged by takedowns.
Yeah. That's why this is a real sexy matchup. Like, I wish these guys were.
I'll tell you what, don't go for a single leg on Tony Ferguson. Do not go for a single. You got a double or nothing.
Yeah.
Double or nothing.
Double down, baby.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning the fight, man? Or do you want to get to next week?
Yeah, we get into it next week, but I'm still undecided. I can't pick a winner.
This one is really tough, man.
I'm going to give the edge to Khabib
Yeah.
only because he's completely undefeated in his career.
Oh.
And his strength has been dominating people.
Yeah.
His strength is dominating people. Everybody, every fight. Whereas Tony's strengths haven't dominated everybody. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know,
he dominates in a different kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I cannot
I don't know,
wait, man.
But the
I'm surprised.
creativity of Tony is unlike
man.
anybody else's, and I can easily see him catching Khabib.
What he did to Dos Anjos, jaw dropping.
Yeah.
And we talked about that fight. I was like, you know what? On paper, Dos Anjos should win, but I picked Tony just because of his uniqueness. And I'm gonna go with this right now. Like, on paper, it just Khabib looks super scary, but I just have a feeling Tony is gonna,
man,
put on a show
without, and we can always be wrong, but this can be one of the fights or the fight that Khabib has a hard time taking his opponent down because of the trickiness, because of it's like a stand-up fight when you keep walking into a bomb and you start hesitating.
Yeah.
That could happen. Khabib can start going for takedowns. Tony starts threatening hard submissions, and Khabib starts to hesitate on the takedown, and then the rest of the fight is history.
Yeah.
If you start hesitating on Tony, it's a wrap.
Yeah, in a perfect world, man, this would be perfect. Like these two and McGregor would have like the perfect thing where they kind of raise up the lightweight division even higher, just because they would probably. I would love to see them go at it. All three of them just like passing it back and forth, winning and but this whole Mayweather thing, which I don't want to get into.
But honestly, man, this is a fight between the two best guys in the division.
Yeah, man.
The two best guys. Obviously, the champion is the best guy, but because he's the champion, right?
Yeah.
But when we're not counting everybody but the champion, this is the number one contender match. If there ever was one in the world.
And we haven't had like a 1-2 like this in a long time with like UFC, where we're just like, these two are 1 and 2. Yeah. And we're putting them together.
Yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? It's so sexy. Speaking of sexy, Wonderboy Thompson.
Oh my
and
God.
Tyron Woodley again. Rematch for the freaking welterweight.
# let's run it back.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this,
dude.
This is one of the ones where my heart will be racing the whole time.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of fights that do that for me.
Who do you
this
give
fight,
it to?
I'm gonna go to Tyron. I know who you're going.
I kind of have to give it to Tyron.
Oh yeah,
we have to. He's the champion.
He's a champ.
He keeps proving everybody wrong. He was closer to finishing the fight in the first fight.
Yeah.
So that's the only data we can go by. We can go by, Wonderboy had the advantage as far as points in 3 rounds. But Woodley was closer to finishing the fight.
Yeah.
So by that data, you lean towards Woodley, whether it's 51 to 49% or 90 to 10%.
Gotcha.
You lean towards the champion because he's a champion and because we're looking at the last fight. But I don't count Wonderboy out.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderboy, he hesitated a lot in that last fight.
Yeah.
This can easily be the fight where he adjusts and doesn't hesitate, and we're like, whoa.
Pulls on the trigger. Yeah. I think both of these.
But the same thing could happen.
Exactly. Both of these guys had points of hesitation.
Yeah.
Where I think this one just like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to pull the trigger.
We got to settle this thing.
I can't wait to see what their camps are setting up. What's their game plan? I can't wait to see it.
I think Woodley doesn't change the game plan.
Okay.
Because the game plan worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he'll go back to a little wrestling. Maybe he'll try to wrestle a little more. But I don't think he needs to try and wrestle a little more. I think he has the ability to stand and trade with Wonderboy.
He does. Yeah.
He doesn't need to wrestle. Maybe wrestle in one round, but I don't think you need to waste your energy. I think Woodley has the capability of touching gloves and then finishing the fight in the first round.
Yeah.
But hey, so does Wonderboy.
Yeah,
Wonderboy can easily do that.
I cannot wait, man. You have to be on the edge of your seat with this fight just because either one could end the fight at any round. We saw it with Tyron almost finished it, the third or fourth round? Fourth round, man. Fourth freaking round. And this is the guy we talked about too. I think with Dean is just like your power goes after a few rounds, but to him conserve smartly, man, and still be able to put him on his heels.
Yeah. Now I've been hearing a lot of stuff from Woodley.
Okay.
I hope that because he likes to claim stuff to elevate himself.
Okay.
He likes to claim all these little titles like, oh, I outstruck the best the best stand-up fighter in our division, or oh, I'm the champion of the best division in the UFC. Like, he makes a lot of claims to make himself seem elevated, and that's good, and you got to do all that stuff. But you make all these claims about that fight with Wonderboy. I hope that's not. I hope you're not going to get it twisted, because the fight could easily. You could easily end up on the wrong side of the second fight. Wonderboy could easily not hesitate. Wonderboy can easily catch you with something you didn't see coming. I stopped Wonderboy from doing all his kicks. He's supposed to be the best kicker. I stopped him. Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. You did, but he was hesitating a lot because of your striking. This can easily turn around. I'm not saying that Wonderboy's going to beat him. I'm saying this can easily turn around in the second fight, and if you take those things for granted, they might bite you in the ass.
No, I get you.
So I hope he's saying all this stuff, but in the back of his mind, he's like, no.
Yeah.
Wonderboy is a good fighter.
Yeah.
He's a serious fighter. He can easily have caught me with any of those strikes. I could have easily been fighting a guy who was kicking me nonstop. And I just hope that he's using this stuff to elevate himself so that he can make more money, and not because he sees himself at a certain level of fighting where he's untouchable.
Yeah, I get you. I agree. Yeah.
And then, he's getting too caught up, I think, in the UFC's against me. Like, the UFC extended preview countdown came out, and he's like,
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's, him and Wonderboy, and then it's 10 minutes long, and then the Khabib, Tony. Like, they have both of them in one.
I can't wait. Where'd you see that? YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay, perfect.
UFC's YouTube channel.
Got it.
And he reposted on Twitter, and then was like, great to see the Wonderboy preview. I can't wait till mine comes out. And it's like, again, he's trying to make it sound like it was all about Wonderboy in that preview. And when I was watching it, I saw the countdown before the extended preview before he's released that Twitter thing.
Okay.
And I was watching it purposefully to see if they were being Wonderboy.
Yeah.
Like
riding that Wonderboy wave.
Yeah, because he was making a big deal about it before, and they kind of were pushing Wonderboy a little bit more.
Okay.
But I thought it was pretty even. I thought they did a nice job promoting the fight like they always do. They give both guys strengths. They talked a lot about
the fight,
the first fight, because that's the data we have.
Yeah.
And I thought they put got great shots of Woodley looking like a champ. And it put him in this light where, like, man, this guy is really good. This guy has this way of thinking about him that's masterful.
Yeah.
He's a champion's champion. I didn't think they was biased at all.
I get you.
Man, and I think he's going to win the fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he's too caught up.
Yeah.
He's too caught up in
maybe
the
the
UFC
UFC's trying to pump him to say, hey, put some more thing out there.
I was expecting it to be more Woodley prone, if anything, just to prove a point, to say, hey man, we're not against you, bro.
Yeah, I get
Stop
you.
making these claims.
Just overthinking it.
Yeah,
man. Well, I can't wait on that for that match 2 weeks from now. But on that note, guys, we got to go. Again, before we leave, shout out to our sponsors, Chimera Coffee, for the finest coffee, the dopest gear and inverted gear. And we got a brand new one. Bring them out, baby.
Yeah, M85 Designs. Go to m85designs.com.
Just for dope-ass designs, man.
Yeah.
Dope-ass rash guards.
And email him. He sells a bunch of rash guards and gear on his site. But you can also email him, inquire about him designing your next logo, your next T-shirt, hoodie, whatever you want.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Your next tattoo, whatever.
You're welcome.
Your next, I don't know.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
The tattoo on your kid's face. You're welcome.
Holla.
All right, guys. Please share, subscribe, rate. Goes a long way, man. So we love what we do. We hope you found this episode entertaining. If not, too bad. We're out, though. Peace.